To live or to exist, that is the question. And the pandemic has been the answer to that question. A very good day to the respected jury, Rotarians, and my dear friends. I am MANJARI DAYALU from Sri Sankara Senior Secondary School, here today to deliver a speech on my lessons from the pandemic. Before the pandemic became a new normal, life was a tight schedule, a calendar filled with events to be completed. Every year for me as a student was a grade up in my school, a year up to my professional career, to the responsibilities of an adult, that I failed somewhere along the way to capture the little moments which seem insignificant yet are so important in my life. The pandemic provided me with quite a lot of time and less work to do, and it is quite known that an empty mind is the devil's workshop. I constantly felt restless and annoyed at small things that I sat down one day to think why I was that way. What I realized that day is an important life lesson of great value. When you get bit by an ant, you cry out in pain. That cry is an essential element to get you through the pain. But when something hurts you emotionally and mentally, you hardly ever know how to rightly express it. That over the years, whenever I've been hurt, angry, I never stopped for a second to give myself the time needed to uplift my soul. That over the years, its mental baggage had raised to a point where it started to express itself in my restless nature and low patience. The pandemic introduced me to an important part of myself, to my consciousness. We are humans who want to be loved and want to love, but love starts with a love for the self. Positivity comes from within. I realize that the hatred that is directed towards others is nothing but our own soul's way of showing how much hate we possess for ourselves. As kids, not only me, but all of us have been proud of ourselves. Be it running, walking, jumping, dancing, playing, we found peace in the little things. The pandemic brought me to connect with my younger self, taking me down a few years, showing me, teaching me how to be bold, to be brave, to be confident, not to search for confidence elsewhere, but in myself. I believe that happiness came from material things, but one lesson from this pandemic has taught me otherwise. When I went to the departmental store to help my mother, I saw an old lady coming out of the store carrying bags full of provision. Wearing the mask, climbing down the stairs, she was running out of her breath. My heart cried out at her pain that I went to her and helped her to the car. When she looked up at me, her eyes were full of respect, and she said, "To know that youngsters like you exist is the greatest satisfaction," and wished me with her whole heart for my life ahead. That second, despite the 5 feet distance, I felt as though she was next to me. That day showed me the power of help. It taught me that helping someone does not make you weak, rather being the reason for someone's happiness fills yourself with a light that can never fade. Seeing how doctors, frontline workers, nations came to fight against the COVID, I realized that we humans might have a lot of differences, but at the end of the day, we are a community. Neither can we live alone, nor can we accept loneliness. That is our greatest power, and that binds us. Looking past at the pandemic's lessons, I am confident that I might have just existed, but I will thrive by loving, respecting, caring, communicating, but most importantly, living life to the fullest. The answer is to never just exist, but to live your life. And that is the pandemic's greatest lesson for me. Thank you.